So these days, a lot of our youth who don't come to religious institutions or programs, they tell you, if I want the Islamic knowledge, Allah has given me YouTube. All I need to do is sleep on my couch. I don't even need a laptop. Just turn on my smartphone and get the lecture that I want. So why should I go to the masjid? Why should I go to the Husayniyah when I can get it through YouTube? It's the age of YouTube and YouTubers, right? How many thousands of YouTubers do we have these days? They're making money just by sitting in front of the camera and saying something to people. So the question is, does YouTube or the internet replace participation in a religious organization, whether it's a mosque, Husayniyah, or community center, or not? I'll share with you my perspective. Yes, alhamdulillah, in this age, it's really fascinating that knowledge is so easily accessible. Back then, my dear brothers and sisters, you had to travel sometimes days and weeks to get one source of knowledge, especially for the followers of Ahlul Bayt, because there was so much persecution. Today, everything is accessible for you. Today, there is no book that's censored. You can read anything. For over 1,000 years, our books were censored. Yes, even our normal hadiths were censored in a lot of societies. There was a lot of persecution. Alhamdulillah, today knowledge is accessible. Any topic you want, you can look it up and see an experienced speaker who's talking about it. But does that replace my participation in a religious organization? I'll tell you my response. It does not. Why? I'll share with you two reasons. Number one, my dear brothers and sisters, we human beings, we need face-to-face human interaction. Today, one of the negative consequences of technology is that we're doing most of our transactions, interactions with these devices. This is making our new generation lonelier and more prone to depression. You need face-to-face interaction. We're human social beings. And it's unhealthy for you to replace that with devices. So many studies have been made today on people who struggle with loneliness and depression because they spend too much time on these devices. You know, sometimes some people, when you look at their network of friends on Facebook, they have 2,000 friends. Okay, that's nice. But ask them, how many of those friends are real friends? Friends who you can really count on. Friends whom you can really trust. Friends who you can really benefit from. They will be there for your life. You will find not many, just a few, if there is any of them. See, technology cannot replace real human interaction, my dear brothers and sisters. Now, we have to always make sure that in our regular schedule, once a week, once a month, sometimes a few times a week, you're actually meeting other brothers and sisters in society. That's not something you can get from YouTube. Yes, YouTube gives you the lecture, the knowledge. But what about the experience? The experience of coming, meeting other people. You know how healthy that is for your mental health, for your psychological health? To meet others in society, to see them. It makes you feel good. If you're down, you're depressed, you're struggling, and you come here and you meet someone else, you say salam, you talk about something, that helps you with your depression. And remember, there are always people who have experience. People who come to these centers, you can learn from their experience, you can seek advice from them if you're struggling with your academics, at school, at work. It's an area where others who have more experience than you, they can share their valuable experience. That's not something you can get from YouTube, my dear brothers and sisters. So remember the first point, technology cannot replace actual human interaction. You need that in your life. That's number one. Number two, sometimes, my dear brothers and sisters, the majlis has the presence of Ahlul Bayt in it. I have a lot of stories here to share, but you've heard about many of these stories. When a majlis is dedicated for Abi Abdullah al-Hussein, the blessings of the soul of Abu Abdullah is present in that majlis. When you go there, you get a different experience than just sitting behind the screen. That's not something you can get on YouTube, my dear brothers and sisters. Keep that in mind. Yes, there are some people, they don't have a masjid near them, next to them. Of course, this is their way of seeking knowledge. Perfect. But if in your community, in your city, there is a community center, there are spiritual and social benefits you cannot get from YouTube. So I always encourage my youth, our beloved youth, to do come, to participate. There are advantages to actual participation than YouTube. Another advantage is that you get to ask questions, right? Oftentimes, if you have a question on your mind, YouTube is not going to answer your question, is it? But when you come, there is someone who knows more than you. Whether it's a community member, an elder, an educated youth, a scholar, and you have questions you can ask. That's an opportunity YouTube cannot give you. Therefore, don't ever think that YouTube or social media or technology can replace actual human interaction. That must be a regular part of your life. Yes, YouTube is a supplement. Sometimes you don't have enough time to attend every program, you go to YouTube. That's healthy, that's good. But don't eliminate the actual human interaction.